As Zimbabweans are fighting against corruption, misgovernance, and dogmatic rule from Emerson Mnangagwa and his cabal, we continue to see more and more of the thieves surrounding Mnangagwa mushrooming and becoming even a worse off situation while Mnangagwa is under so much pressure. The Mnangagwa police are now saluting criminals around him as the state goes to the dogs. While Zimbabwean people, Comrade Geza, and the rest of the others have been fighting and are fighting and will continue to fight to remove the criminals that are working with Mnangagwa. And this time they are not surrounding Mnangagwa. It's Mnangagwa, the criminal himself, his children, his family, and those other criminals that are surrounding criminal Mnangagwa. They are now being demanded to go. And yet Mnangagwa, through trying to create more bribery, especially on the part of the war veterans, is raised another Chigananda, who is a new one, who happens to be Tungwarara. Tungwarara is on record of many criminal activities that he has done, including looting of funds in the very act that he has been given by Mnangagwa to do this very issue of war veteran schemes and plans and stuff like that. He's already milking millions and millions out of that. And this is quite sad that the situation that we continue to see of thieves in Zimbabwe that are walking majestically in the streets of Zimbabwe while Zimbabwe bleeds is a situation that is quite very unfortunate and sad. We need Zimbabwean people to fight against this. This is the very thing that Vana Comrade Geza are talking about, that we can't afford to have a country that is run by dealers. We can't afford to have people in politics richer than the people than industrialists and people that are in business. How can that be? Once politicians become richer than the industrialists, it means that country is not normal. Government is not supposed to be even having more money than the private sector. And in Zimbabwe, that is the scenario. So it is all because the money that is supposed to be used by government to improve the livelihood of the Zimbabwean people, all of it is channeled to individual pockets. And imagine if when you are stealing from a whole nation, how much that is, especially a rich nation like Zimbabwe. How much can you end up having? I'm telling you, by the time that we will hear figures of the monies that these guys have accrued for themselves, we are going to be shocked. That is when we will learn, and other people will learn, that Zimbabwe is a rich country. Because when people are talking about it, it looks like it's just some kind of just a cheap talk, you know. But by the time that results are going to be given to the people clearly and people shown exactly which is which, people are going to be shocked. People are going to be amazed by what we are going to be hearing happening. So this is the fight that we are fighting as a people. And we cannot continue to have more and more thieves mushrooming in Zimbabwe, stealing and misusing the resources of the nation. We are fighting and we are saying, Comrade Keza, your signal is awaited for big time. Zimbabwean people don't want to hear anything else except the signal coming. And once the signal is out, Zimbabwean people are ready to stand up and defend their country, take away our country from the hands of thieves, murderers, and all these hooligans. And we know that once that happens, Zimbabwe will recover. Our country is a great country. Zimbabwe is a great country. And all this that is happening needs you and I to also continue in our prayers, praying for Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe needs action, Zimbabwe needs prayer. And we can't afford to neglect any other. This is our recipe to freedom. With God on our side, we know that Gananda are already out. The season of change is out. It's here. The train of change is moving. And we know that definitely Zimbabwe is going to begin to make it. Very, very soon, those that have been mocking us shall begin to see that we are a great nation, we're a great people, and a blessed country. Because all resources now beginning to be channeled in the right places, Zimbabwe will rise like a phoenix from the ashes, because our God is watching and our God is in it. Thank you so much for joining me on the show. You are blessed.